Hey everyone, I am in Denver with Lee Rainie, who is the director of the Pew Internet Project. And this is just my go-to place for research. And I'm so delighted to be on a panel today with Lee. So Lee, tell us a little bit about this amazing project that you get to lead and how it got started and what you're up to.
The project started in 1999 when the people at the Pew Charitable Trust, a big foundation based in Philadelphia, decided that they wanted to be helpful in helping people understand how the internet was being adopted and used in the country. At the time, there weren't many sources of data. There were lots of speculations about what was going to happen online, and there were lots of ways that people thought the internet might be impacting politics and commerce and healthcare and things like that, but no one had data. So they gave us a lot of money to do big national surveys about how people were using the internet in a host of realms, most especially the social impact of the internet, so families, communities, healthcare, education, and things like that. Every year we do about 4 or 5 surveys, and we report the results of those surveys, and we try to get the data out as widely as possible, starting with journalists, but then doing a lot of activity in social media to get attention.
And it's just superb work, and it's just so great to have some statistically valid research in this field. So I got to ask, you have access to all this amazing information coming at you. What trends are just blowing your mind right now? What do you look at some of this data, and is it anything making you go, wow, I just can't believe where all this is heading?
Well, clearly there are a couple of new applications that are catching the interest of the technology community. They haven't yet caught on in the wider audience, but we're looking at a lot at location services. It's a new way for people to use their cell phones to identify where they are, check in with their friends and stuff like that. Could be huge, and it could be something that is limited because there are privacy concerns about it, and that's one of the things we're testing.
Sure.
We're also paying a lot of attention to the mobile environment, particularly the rise of apps. You know, there's a big argument now going on in the technology world whether the apps world will essentially replace the World Wide Web that we've all grown up with in the past generation. And we're watching how people are using apps for all kinds of purposes, to get government information, to get commercial information, to check in with their friends, to get news and things like that. We're also just really interested, looking a little bit farther ahead, in the Internet of Things. How the environment itself is going to be full of sensors, full of IP addresses, full of appliances, our cars, our clothes, our jewelry. Lots of things will be feeding data into the system, and we're trying to figure out how businesses and other enterprises are going to be using that data to help solve problems and understand emerging markets.
Incredibly interesting. So you're doing about 4 to 5 surveys a year. So in the next year, give us a forecast. Any kind of new research that you're looking at? Any new areas to get into?
There are 3 new things we're going to be doing in the coming months. The first is we're going to launch a brand new line of work for us. We're going to be looking at how organizations use the internet. We've spent all of our time in the past decade looking at how people, individual users, use the internet, and now we're going to be looking at how churches, nonprofit organizations, professional groups, arts communities, how they're using the internet and how it's changed their mission. The second thing we're going to do is move into the area of computational research. Right now, most of our work is based around big national public opinion surveys, but there's a lot of data being generated in social media and other places that shows what people are doing, what their intentions are, and things like that. We want to understand how that data might be used to tell stories of the kind that we're interested in telling. The other thing that we're doing is we're doing our 5th version of a survey about the future of the internet. We're asking people to predict scenarios in the next 10 years about how the internet will be affecting such things as universities. The big business models that's now disrupted as news media as universities. We're going to ask people about the future of money. When money gets digitized, what happens to currency and things like that.
And when's this scheduled, that kind of research?
We're in the middle of fielding it right now. We'll begin to start rolling out reports on it probably early in 2012.
That is so exciting. And Lee, tell us where all our readers and viewers can find the Pew Internet Project on the internet.
We're at pewinternet.org. All our stuff is available for free. We give our reports away for free, and we give our data away for free. We're created as a public good by the Pew Charitable Trust, and we aim to give out as much information as possible to as many people as possible in the easiest way possible.
Well, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Mark.